Mike beat Nebraska today.
Ooh. Okay, yeah.
Little extra bonus.
There you go. Check that one out, Big Ten fans out there. Indiana, Nebraska. Get that one at the end. All right. I like it. All right.
Well, you guys take care.
Have a good weekend. Enjoy the college football, buddy.
Yep.
All right, bye. All right, again, that was DC3PO College Football Kickoff, presented by thedirtcannon.com and Chris Rupert. We do that segment each and every Saturday morning, so catch that before the games kick off here in just a little bit. On the other side of the break, we'll get to some more of those stories we were talking about, and we will have a big announcement at the end of the show.
Hey guys, the NFL is back. It's time to win some cash playing fantasy football. TheDirtCannon.com is a local company that has your back. They have produced over 60% winners on FanDuel, DraftKings, and now even Yahoo. TheDirtCannon.com will help you build, play, and win. Build a better team with TheDirtCannon.com. Use promo code RDST and get $5 off forever, and try the Silver membership this week for free. Visit TheDirtCannon.com.
Definitely check out thedirtcannon.com. They are the official fantasy partner of Real Deal Sports Talk. They're doing big things over there. Helping you win some money, win your leagues, win the friendly, do what you got to do in the office to strut around like you know more about sports than everybody else does. All right, let's get into some more stories. This one I liked because I'm a defensive guy. I grew up loving playing defense. I played both ways, did special teams, but defense is where I really just love to play. And so this story, NBC Sports ran this story, and Richard Sherman was talking about how playing corner is harder than playing receiver. And yes, it is. Where you might not have to remember as much terminology on the defensive side on the NFL level, where the playbook isn't 6 inches thick for most defenses on the NFL level like it is for the offense. Playing the position with the way the rules are set up in a reactionary form to be able to be good enough at it is much harder than knowing the play, knowing the snap count, knowing what your option routes are as a receiver if they're playing you inside, outside. Are they up on the line of scrimmage? Are they giving you space? You know it all predetermined. The defender has to react, and react fast enough and well enough that he can stop the play, limit the play, make the tackle, intercept the ball. Way harder to accomplish than when you know what's going on. So I've heard, many people over the years talk about the defensive players. It's so easy. Get the ball. You just go get the ball. That's all you have to do is go get the ball. Switch sides. Like I said, yes, offensive players, your playbook is much thicker. The terminology is much more in depth. There's much more of it. But you still are the ones who know what the play is going to be. You have much less variables on your side of the ball than the defense has. And all of the rules are set up for you to be successful. Because that's the model on the business side that they now feel will make them the most money by allowing the offense to have the rules so they can put up more points. More exciting for the fans, more money in the owner's pockets. And don't get me wrong, I love a high-scoring game, but I love a great defensive game even more. For sure, I'll take a defensive battle every day of the week over a high-scoring game. Now, if the Lions happen to put up a ton of points and have a great defensive game, I'm not going to complain. I'll take that too. But I agree with Richard Sherman. Playing corner, playing defense, playing corner, playing safety on defense, playing linebacker on defense, defensive end on defense, not as much defensive tackle, is much harder than playing receiver, running back, tackle, right tackle, guard. It just is. Because you don't know the play. You have to react. Everything you're doing is on the spur of the moment. Yes, the defense calls in a play. They're trying to set up the best situation they can to try and counter what you're going to do. So yes, I agree. If you haven't checked out that article, go check it out. NBC Sports, Richard Sherman, playing cornerback is harder than playing wide receiver. Here's one. So we all know Tony Romo, he's been out, he's been hurt. The Cowboys are rolling. The rookies are doing great. The defense is playing better than anybody thought that defense would play this year. And while Tony Romo was out, we haven't seen him in Italy like Tom Brady or going back to his college to be an honorary captain before the game. But it turns out, being reported by the Daily Snark, take this for what you want, check it out, could be true, could not be, but reportedly some fans now, he apparently has applied for a restraining order against a group of fans or a couple fans or a couple who are fans who sent an email to him containing a very intimate poop sex tape. Don't know how they got Tony Romo's email for this story to be true. Don't know why they would send that type of file to somebody. I don't know if there was an invitation involved. Were they wearing Cowboys clothes? Did they have his jersey on? Weird. So Tony Romo's time off, even though due to injury and not suspension, was not spent anywhere near apparently as good as Tom Brady's time off was. The Browns, Cleveland Browns, what are you going to say? You can't play quarterback for that team right now. We talked about that, all the injuries they're having. The rookie's supposedly coming back this week to play for them. And, reports are that they're pretty much open to trading everybody but Terrell Pryor. And last season, we all know that Joe Thomas was on the trading block. There was almost a deal worked out for him to come to Denver. Maybe that happens again. I would love to see the Lions get in on that action. Joe Thomas, he's 31. He still has a few years left on that contract that he signed with them, but he's still one of the best tackles in the NFL. Top 5, easy. Joe Hayden, he's going to be available. The running back Crowell sounds like he's going to be available. For the right price, the Browns are, they're, giving up, I guess. They've had some tough breaks. They've had some tough losses this year for sure. They're not the team I thought they were going to be. I thought they would be playing better at this point. Nobody expected all of these injuries at the quarterback position. And it looked like they were a little more, at least the first half of game one, like they were going to be a little better this year. Maybe be that 8-8 team that kind of surprised some teams. And through injuries and everything that's going on there, and Terrell Pryor kind of being the only guy who's like, we're going to win and we're going to go out and play hard, it seems like. They're just falling apart. And now it's rumored that they're, cleaning shop, starting over. Let's switch speeds a little bit. Let's talk about some NBA. Then we'll talk about some baseball. NBA, this story ran by ESPN. Carmelo Anthony's upset that he was ranked as the 15th best player in the NBA. And I have to agree with him. I think Melo gets the short end of the stick a lot of times because he's not, the passer, the defender, the rebounder. He's a scorer. That's what he does. That's his game. He has gotten better at rebounding. It just depends on what that team is. People question his motivation at times, and that's because he's Melo. It's not just his name. I like him as a player. I was upset when he left the Nuggets. I knew how much that was going to set the Nuggets back. It was upsetting that they didn't continue to try and have a team around him after they made it to the Western Conference Finals against the Lakers and lost in 7 games when they should have won that series and gone on to the NBA Finals that year. But they collapsed mentally. And after that, they didn't keep enough talent, younger talent, a team that could be built up for years around him. So when it came time for his contract to be up, he had no real motivation to stay here and play. Yes, he loved every minute of being in Denver and playing here and being in the NBA. And yes, he had aspirations to play somewhere else. Good for him, no problem with that. But his skill set, maybe it's better for him in the international game because when he's played in the Olympics the last 3-4 times, he does very, very well. He shows everybody his leadership and his ability to be a top-flight player. Whatever the disconnect is with the fans or the media or the NBA, I don't know. But Melo is definitely a top 10, minimum of a top 10 player in this league. Now Max Kellerman of ESPN doesn't agree. And Stephen A. Smith was shocked to hear Mr. Kellerman say Melo was not a top 10 player. Melo is one of the top 5 scorers in the NBA. And he's just smooth, and he's tall, and he's long, and he doesn't have quick, jerky movements. He's not quick to the hoop. He's smooth with it. He's mellow. It's a different style. But you got to appreciate the game. Melo's good. He really is. The Nuggets, his former team, they're going old school opening night. We talked about how they're going to, retire Mutombo's number and all that. But they will also be wearing the old school whites with the rainbow-colored Nuggets jerseys and shorts. So that's going to be nice to see that out on the floor. That's definitely a jersey I wish I had hanging up in the closet. The old school Nuggets. Just being, here locally in Denver, Colorado. That would be a good one to have. What else is going on in basketball? Chris Broussard reportedly is leaving ESPN and jumping over to Fox Sports 1. So Fox is going to continue to hire names and continue not to get ratings. So I don't know what that's about. I really thought with the Skip Bayless, Shannon Sharp show that would be controversial or argumentative enough that they would get good ratings there. And that show's really not bringing in the ratings like I thought it would. Or like they thought it would, I'm sure. And you know what? The Cavs, Cleveland, the big up for Cleveland, big win for Cleveland. They got their man back, J.R. Smith, 4 years, $57 million. They finally came to an agreement. So good for Cleveland. They got a shooter back. LeBron James can be happy. He was a little upset about how that situation was going, reportedly. So good job for Cleveland. They got that going on. We'll see. They got the gang back together. It's not like they won it handily last year. So you're going to bring back the same cast while other teams made what they think are improvements to come after you. And you pretty much just bring back the same team. I don't know what they're expecting there. Just ride LeBron James' coattails, I guess. All right, let's go to break. After the break, we'll talk baseball and some football, and then we'll have a big announcement.
Hey guys, the NFL is back. It's time to win some cash playing fantasy football. TheDirtCannon.com is a local company that has your back. They have produced over 60% winners on FanDuel, DraftKings, and now even Yahoo. TheDirtCannon.com will help you build, play, and win. Build a better team with TheDirtCannon.com. Use promo code RDST and get $5 off forever. And try the Silver membership this week for free. Visit TheDirtCannon.com.
All right, that is the official fantasy partner of Real Deal Sports Talk with KP. All right, so Major League Baseball playoffs are going on. Playoffs have been amazing. The wild card games were good. The divisional series were good. We had the kickoff of the first championship series yesterday with the ALCS going. Toronto versus Cleveland. Cleveland took the first game 2-0 to take a 1-0 lead in that series. And remember, this is the first time since 1960